Hello and welcome to another installment of Comparative Reasoning. I'm your host, Sedrik Kennedy, and today I'll be talking about gloves. Okay, when it comes to this pandemic, why are gloves important? Gloves are very important for quite a few things to keep you alive. Keep you and your family or your friends, your pets alive. Or at least from getting sick and maybe permanently injured. Now, there's something I forgot to say about masks. People say that they can't breathe. I'm going to tell you seriously, and those who have followed me for quite a bit and listened to me knows this. I've used a mask to breathe better. The times when you get sick, I get sick sometimes once a year or maybe once every 3 years. It's going to happen. And the cough and whatnot will linger for roughly a month or 3. It's just random. But it gets to the point where the vaporizer's going, it's soaking wet in the atmosphere in the house just so I can breathe. And without it, I'm coughing, I feel choked up, can't get anything done. Then it gets to the point where cold air triggers the cough. Then it gets to the point where warm air triggers the cough. So I've got to be able to toggle back and forth. And sometimes breathing in your own warm air will help you diminish your cough. So even in the winter time, if the cold kind of makes you wheeze a little bit or get choked up, wearing a mask, you breathe in your own warm air a little bit better, allowing you to breathe easy. So keep that in mind, all right? Now, when it comes to gloves, this is why gloves are important. First, these are gloves right here, All right, go ahead and get the digits in there. All right, got that one on. I'm gonna show you this is important, everybody. This is important. Now I'm gonna tell you why this is important. This is straight up direly important. I'm not joking around. Because do you know another little cause, a little spreader of COVID-19? Delivery. When you order from Amazon or any place, have you seen the people deliver those items? Have you seen them? Huh? You know what you do? You watch. Are they wearing a mask? Are they wearing gloves? No. Some deliver it like this, yeah, man, I'm protecting all of this. No, not happening. All right. When COVID-19 gets on a plastic surface like this, like gloves, honestly, when they get on gloves, countertops, plastics, metals, it can live for days. It can live up to 9 hours or 9 days, depending upon atmosphere, humidity, things like that. Storms, dryness, too cold, too hot. It just depends. If it gets on cardboard, it can live up there for about 3 hours roughly. That's average, 3 hours average. It could live for more. It could live for much less, depending upon a lot of things. But 3 hours is roughly what it is. We got boxes that's been delivered, but they're sitting outside. It gets cold, hot. They've been out there for about 5 days now. And that's the outside boxes. We're not talking about the inside where they breathe and package it and then put it in there with their germs and spittle and things that land on it because they aren't masked or gloved or disinfected. So then you open the box with your bare hands. You're breathing those filaments that come off the box. Some of that could be carrying the virus. You inhale that because you're most likely trusting it and not wearing a mask. So that's another way you can get the virus. So watch for these people. For me, it's not just that. It's a disinfectant, medical level disinfectant. How do we open boxes? I'm not going to show you how to open the box, how we do it, but I can easily tell you because I'm sure you've all opened boxes. But spray to the hand there. All right. Get it. Rub it on there, drip on my leg. Okay. I spray it quite a few times, honestly. I'll hit it a few times because I want this wet. My hands got to be soaked, with the gloves. Why? Because when I handle the boxes, it needs to be killing it. and I use a knife, cut the box open the box. Sometimes I might hit it again, rub the box down with my gloves, my wet gloves, and it's disinfecting it. There's a towel that we put on the floor. We put the box or the item on the floor. We never bring the box inside. When I say the box, I'm talking about the thing that the item is actually in. So, if you order a tea set, it's in a box, probably something like that. So it's in that box. You got the package box. That stays outside. They don't come inside. And if it do, you know what I do? Take this spray and I soak that box down top to bottom. Put it on a towel. That's what we do. You handle it, wipe it down, set the item, that's out of the package box. Leave the package box outside. Item box inside on the towel. That towel should be wet too. Not saying you spray the towel down, but wet from the item box. Okay? You wet it down and you leave it because that's plastic. It's going to be plastic or a plastic-like cardboard. Leave that alone. Just set it somewhere and let it be. All right? Now, if there's nobody, people around here are not wearing masks. Where I am, there's construction going across the street. They're not wearing masks. Neighbors, not wearing masks. People walking their dogs, not wearing masks. They're not. That's too much. You want to make sure once you get an item in your house, the best thing you can do is open your door. Why? Because that extra air and that air circulation helps kill the virus. Your house is cloistered and is cut off. It's basically saying, hey, this is also a body because everything is trapped in there. Okay? Now, when you're done with your gloves, you can say, well, it's disinfected, so it's safe. These gloves, they're already dry. They're already dry. There's no fan going, none of that. They're already dry. See? That's why I hit it again. I try to keep my gloves wet. That's what I do. I try to keep them wet. That's what I do. Now, when you take them off, you know what you can do, honestly, before you take them off, go to the kitchen. Use some detergent. Wash your gloves. They need to be disposed of anyway. I'm just saying. But you're trying to keep yourself alive. You see what I'm saying? Y'all might say I'm going through too much, but I'm still here. So right now, I'm all right. So when you take them off, see that? Take it at the bottom or take it at the top or the sides, either way. All right. Take that off like that. Pump it up in there. You're always going to have a little loose piece. Slide your finger up in there. Take that off like that. There you go. Inside out, package, ready to be thrown away. It's that simple. Take care of yourself at all costs. The mask keeps you from spreading it to others. And if others aren't wearing a mask, they can definitely spread it to you. Don't go into grocery stores if you don't have to. Don't go anywhere if you don't have to. Roadside pickup if you can. That's important. This plastic mat is all wet. Hope I don't slip and fall. But yes, roadside pickup when you can. You ain't got to get on and talk to them. You don't have to have a conversation. They're there to load the trunk up, close the trunk, and you go home. That's the idea. So keep yourself safe, all right? This has been Sedrik for Comparative Reasoning. Thank you for listening.